In by Greenwood. That time it's Greenwood. That time it's met by Knack, and it goes all the way in! So we're underway then in Manchester. Manchester City will be champions if they win their final 2 matches. That starts today. Yamashita with her new hair colour.
Yeah, I just wonder if what he's achieved from a performance perspective.
So often second place.
And saw the damage that was done, particularly down that left-hand side from a City perspective.
Kerry Holland dinked it up to the back post, and it's met by Chilag.
Start, wasn't it? I love that they kept this move alive after a bright start. Acres of space for Kerry Holland. That's a dangerous game to play. She's been one of the brightest players in the red shirt of Liverpool. Very aggressive from the former City boss.
And great pressing by Denise O'Sullivan. In on goal and forces a save from Yamashita. Corner for City have started a little nervy.
Yeah, they have. Sloppy stuff between 2 of their stars, Kasparai and Hasegawa, just being hunted by Denise O'Sullivan. Have they, Liverpool? It's a brilliant corner routine and a nice little side-footed volley. Really unfortunate that it doesn't just fall to the feet of Chilag, who shrugged off Lauren Hemp as well.
That he brought in the likes of Denise O'Sullivan because she's so aggressive in the midfield, and we've seen that already, winning that ball with the hype for Liverpool. On loan from BK Häcken, Swedish side, as Grace Fiskova plays her hand. The ball from Fagino into Shaw, though, a little over here, and Falk will come and take control of the situation. The finger. Hasegawa. Picked up by World Cup qualifier recently. And again, out comes Falk to deal with it.
Yeah, you can just hear the excitement in the crowd. They're here. They've put on a real party atmosphere here. They were here really early as well to welcome the players. High fives for all of the group. They enjoyed that bit of skill from Hemp.
On by Olsen, and that's a nasty collision.
Really brave header from Rebecca Knack, the German centre-back. It was an awkward height as well. Nothing intentional about the challenge from Chilag, but you can understand there to see Knack sitting up. But yeah, there's a late shoulder in from Chilag. So their only chance at silverware, so they'll be watching this one very, very intently.
The thing is, though, Arsenal also have to pack in their final 4.
Holland on this occasion, just going a little bit too early. But again, there is space there for both teams. On the stats that you traditionally look at in terms of assists and goals, she's not right up there, but things that she is top for Liverpool is things like blocks and dribbles and crosses, so I think that's why fans are falling in love with her for Wales. Midfield really well, and we know she can go off her right and off her left. You can see why they were moaning. They felt like...
Here is Olsen. Perhaps took a touch too many. That's it. And that will be a free kick to...
Yeah, it's a bouncing ball, which is always awkward, and it's a clear foul. This is why she's in the team as well. She does this side of the game, breaks up play.
And it goes, and it's not dealt with. And it's struck Knack.
It's almost like she wasn't expecting it. It's almost like she wasn't expecting it, but it's square in the face. Yeah, no wonder she's down. Thief from her teammates. She's had a pretty busy opening 20 minutes as Knack. She's been in the wars.
Rose to Fagino, all a little bit loose from Manchester City, something we're not used to seeing. That's better. Fagino is not quite on the same wavelength so far this afternoon.
No, and as you say, it's only Fagino that's shown a really good couple of little touches round the corner. But I think credit has to go to this Liverpool press again, just giving them no room to breathe.
To Shaw. Hasegawa. Hasegawa. That's nice. Coffey. Lauren Hemp's in space. Coffey's ball, couldn't pick her out. Hemp bulldozes her way past O'Sullivan. for Gino. Kasparov in support.
Position up for Gino. She's so inverted when they win it. That's a brilliant challenge from Hemp. But she is well found, but the work rate again of Holland to get back and Bernabei to track the run. Brilliant stuff from Liverpool.
And that looked to paint that semi-final that I mentioned. Then their final league game of the campaign is away at West Ham. A fixture that you'd think Liverpool so energetic in their press, though. And goal.
Yeah, it's a poor delivery in the first. In the duels, I think if you were going to ask a neutral who's watching this, which team is fighting for a title up against the City players, but they're just dying to find a rhythm. They haven't had the ball to build anything.
Carolyn looking for Lauren Hemp, who puts on the afterburners. Hemp across, Bunny Shaw, good save, and it's cleared behind for a Manchester City corner. Manchester City's first real opportunity, and it's that combo we're so used to seeing. Hemp.
They need to get Lauren Hemp in the game more, but just look at how she puts the afterburners on. It looks like it's Shimizu's ball to win all day up against her former teammate. She knows what it's like to be tracking back against Lauren Hemp in training, and it's a fellow Japanese teammate who gets back in the nick of time. Nagano
put that in. Hemp up against Risa Shimizu again. And that time the Japanese duo get the best. Crowds up now, past Shimizu, who gets back just in time to block it out for a corner.
Yeah, they're bouncing off. He's making her way in. Shimizu, I thought, had missed out here, but she does get back and recover well. You've got to stop the
acrobatic effort. Any other side. And sometimes I think football can be quite simple. If all your best players are fit and firing. Chilag returning from an offside position. Ineligibility clause in her contract. Enderby gets past Greenwood, and that will be a yellow card for the England defender. And there it is, Kirsty Dow quick to get that out.
Enderby here, she's only 20 years of age, but as soon as she feels that little grab, she goes to ground, and Alex Greenwood's not happy with it, but I think she knows that the young winger had got away from her.
Holland lifts it in, though. Pinball in the box, and Sullivan can't get it down. Shimizu sees it out.
It's a bit of an unusual place to have a free kick, so as you say, interesting that they didn't choose to cut it back to the free player.
Must be a strange experience for Risa Shimizu playing against her parent club. Actually, a club she's never played for, because when she signed for City, she then tore her ACL and couldn't play.
Things that she does well, but also you get to know their weaknesses too.
Finds Fujino, just well to control the powerful pass. Attacked well by Fisk. It's really good from Bernabei to hold on to it and then win the throw-in.
Yeah, they've been really tidy in those areas.
Hasegawa finds Shaw, but her pass forward to
Liverpool back line.
Olsen. Chilag, though, playing more as a number 9 than Olsen, perhaps a number 10 than just
9-year-old Japanese international, played at 2 World Cups, and you can see it, she's not jumping out towards Lauren Hemp.
That doesn't look good for Bjorta Olsen. Pagano fouled by Coffey, and that will be...
I think that was probably her final warning when she took out Enderby, and it's another late one in on Fuka Nagano. Maybe a little bit of frustration on top of Olsen. She's kind enough to shoo her out of a penalty area afterwards, back up to her striker position.
Really Chillag with the strike, but was always rising.
Just took her a little wider of where she wanted to be. You can see she's pointing towards it, so she's having to come back on herself. Chooses to go for power as well and doesn't get across it enough. Chillag.
Hasegawa being hunted down by Bernabe. Bunny Shaw. Fagino. Stood up by Holland, and the Welsh international won that duel. Again, well dealt with by...
She can come and claim.
Liverpool get the free kick just over the halfway line. Captain Grace Fisk. This ball is cleared. One back by Fagino. Chillag gets there ahead of Kasparai. She's an imposing physical presence, Chillag. Look at her.
He's up in support for Liverpool. It's a delicious ball across.
And there's the half-time whistle then. Well, in a game that... Back underway then in the second half. A really tightly contested first 45 minutes. Manchester City
chose to come really late.
Nice one-touch football from Manchester City. Shaw. Ooh, Clark's touch, not a useful one there. Out by Fisk. Back to over Fagino, whose strike hit was struck well. And that
started really strongly here, Man City, and what I've enjoyed watching about them so far this season.
Hemp gets away from Shimizu, still Lauren Hemp, and the strike.
There's plenty of free players around her in sky blue, and it's on a weaker foot, so nothing really to scare Jennifer Falk, but a really, really bright start from Manchester City, much better. Already double the amount of shots they've had on goal in the second half so far.
From his side. Here they come again, Lauren Hall, and it's nearly ball, and it's nearly won back by Kerry Holland.
Yeah, and this is actually the period in the game that Liverpool have conceded the most amount of goals, just after half-time. Maybe Man City know that.
Hasegawa trying to lift it towards Shaw, away by Nagano. Her clearance finds it.
Shimizu, and you think she's going nowhere. She slows it right down and bang. You think Shimizu's got her body in the right position, and who am I to say that there's not quality in that right foot like there is the left from Lauren Hemp. Certainly you think if City...
Now level on shots, 5 each. As Shaw is hauled down by Nagano, who will get her name in the referee's notebook for that.
Yeah. Often doesn't get the credit she deserves, actually. We know how good she is. So difficult to defend.
Really promising start from Manchester City. Can they keep it up? Fagino delivers. Carolyn keeps it alive. Back to Lauren Hemp, one touch, the curling effort. And there is Bunny Shaw, but unable to Chanel.
Yeah, it's exactly what we expected from them. Final home game of the season. I want to thank their support for the brilliant atmosphere they've created at the Joy Stadium all season long, and I think it is a cross aiming towards the forehead of Bunny Shaw. Why not? We know how deadly she is in the 6-yard box.
Paul's kindly for her, now his red shirt's forward. Sullivan on the overlap. Chillag perhaps missed the opportunity to pass to her. The Liverpool move breaks down. And that was unfortunate because they had players forward there, and now they're on the back track.
Yes, Andre, says Alex Greenwood. She knows.
Still Holland. And the strike well off target, but
it's a poor pass out towards Kasparai from Jade Rose, who does delay really well in fairness, but Kerry Holland usually so deadly, at least getting this one on target, and actually a player of her quality and the form she's in, needs to hit the target.
Rose goes today. Again, punched by Falk. Hasegawa. Lauren Hemp. Good exchange with Carolyn. The ball across, met by Bunny Shaw, but again it's over. She's not had her shooting boots on this afternoon. Couple of headers that have gone over. And that one there
is with Bunny Shaw, but again, the wing play down this left-hand side, combination play between Carolyn and Lauren Hemp. It's that pace that Shimizu can't deal with when there's space in behind her. Credit again to Grace Fisk, who knows exactly who's going to be on the end of this cutback, and it's Bunny Shaw of all people.
Sullivan, Enderby, gives it away to Hasegawa. Hemp looking for the run of Carolyn, and it's well collected by Falk, who's made an enemy.
A time when actually maybe tactical timeouts come into football like we see in many other sports. Transfer.
Well, nearly squirmed all the way through to Nagano, but City able to deal with it.
Knowing where the striker was.
Fagino. Still going, cries of shoot into Carolyn, round the corner to Alex Greenwood, whose strike is straight at the goalkeeper, and she was offside anyway.
It's really good football, like a trophy, and she's come out on a mission in this second half, been much more advanced, and that's a slip from Holland, who's diving in. Look at the space that Alex Greenwood's in. She's been up there ever since they came back out from half-time, but does just stray offside. He does look towards his bench, somebody to make an impact, give Liverpool something else to figure out. Iman Bene got the winner.
Shaw, really good work to help it on to Fagino. Holland back defending, and defending well. Referee has some sorting out to do in the penalty area.
Well, it's hard for Jenna.
And it goes to that congested area, and behind it goes.
He's in and around her, but she's only 5'7", so Bunny Shaw was there on hand as well.
Well, it was cleared away, only so far as Nagano. Blocked by Greenwood. Back to Holland, packing that penalty box. Bernabé. Hasegawa gives it away. She intercepts it well. Free kick, though, for Liverpool.
Yeah, you could see the referee was giving that one plenty of time to see if there was any type of advantage for Liverpool before bringing it back for the free kick. You say everything's a little bit more stretched now, a little bit more space.
Here's the first change for Manchester City then. Fagino off, on comes Mary Fowler, who are looking the more likely side at the moment. In it goes again, Clark's they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 1. Here's that earlier Carolyn chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good old-fashioned 1v1, and it's a little bit too central. Opts to go for power as opposed to direction. How well does Falk do? Falling away from it, and I think actions speak louder than words. Stadium.
I'm not sure Holland's going to be able to continue. I think they're trying to patch her up, but perhaps not nervy moments for those. Opportunity to go level on points with Manchester City ahead of the final game of the season. But Arsenal. So after that break, then the Man City corner. In it goes. Kanak is there, and again it's off target. Greenwood. For herself. Lauren Hemp delivers it in, and there is Bunny Shaw, but again, there is Falk. Brilliant save. Another corner for City.
Well, you're literally waiting. How often have we seen this? Hemp running down the left wing. It's a brilliant ball in. And Fisk hasn't lost out many aerial duels to Bunny Shaw today. Look at the
in by Greenwood. That time it's Greenwood. That time it's met by Knack, and it goes all the way in. And there is the goal that Manchester City so desperately desired. And what a goal that could be for them. A goal that keeps the title firmly in their hands.
Joy once again. And look at the relief on Jeglert's face. And there's no real celebration from Knack, who took a knock to that shoulder, didn't she, in the opening 10 minutes up against Chillag. But I'm sure in time, with an ice pack, she will go on to really celebrate that goal that could be, just could be decisive. And there's a fist bump. In City finally, after 10 long years, getting their hands back on that BWSL trophy and order the blue ribbon. And Falk has been almost faultless in this game, but I think that's one of the easier saves that you probably expect to make of the game. It's a diving header from the centre-back. And the pressure finally paying off for Man City.
Rebecca Knack putting her body on the line to try and help her team get over the line. And now we see a smile on the face of Andre Jeglerts. And look at what it means to the Manchester City captain, Alex Greenwood.
Greenwood, in fairness, has been brilliant in the second half. She had a tough afternoon last week against Brighton. We really targeted her side of the pitch, but Jennifer Falk was equal to all of them, claiming everything. And they changed the setup and got their award to Knack.
Red shirts in the box, lifts it goalwards, and it goes behind. And that is it then. Manchester City left it late, but Rebecca Knack with the crucial goal to get her side over the line. And going into the final day of the season, the title is very much in Manchester City's hands. Liverpool started really well. They had chances of their own, but Manchester City got it over the line. Full-time score, Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0.